Hi, this is Eric Sloef at the VMware booth, and I'm standing at the vSphere Multi-Hypervisor Manager booth. It's awesome because Antoon Arnaudov is here. Hi Antoon.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
During the keynote this morning with Stephen Harrod, we saw some amazing stuff. We saw multi-hypervisor support from VMware, so you were also able to manage virtual machines on another hypervisor platform. Which platform is supported?
Yeah, that's correct. Currently we support the Microsoft Hyper-V platform, but our architecture is modular, so in the future we can add additional hypervisor support.
Okay, so I can imagine that a lot of production virtual machines are hosted on VMware, but that clients are using some test machines on Hyper-V, for instance. Can they manage it just like the control software that normally comes with Hyper-V? What can they manage?
Well, there are many different use cases of what people are using Hyper-V and VMware ESX together about. I mean, we would like to just give them the opportunity to experience the basic set of features that they are used to from the same vCenter user interface. Like adding, connecting, disconnecting hosts, viewing their configuration, some basic power operations, power on, power off the hosts. With their view VMs, create new VMs, edit the VM settings in terms of RAM, CPU, hard disk, network. And last but not least, experience the same integrated authorization of vCenter across third-party virtual machines and hosts.
Okay, so it's not a separate tool, it's one user interface which gives you access to all the virtual machines within vCenter, but also the virtual machines hosted on Hyper-V, and you're able to list VMs, disconnect floppies, do the day-to-day operation things you normally do in a virtualized environment.
Absolutely, yes, you can do that from the vCenter user interface you're familiar with.
We want to see how it looks.
Of course. I'm glad to show you some screens. This is like the high-level architecture. We have the vCenter extension, which is the MHM Multi-Hypervisor Manager extension. We have the Multi-Hypervisor Manager server, which talks to the Hyper-V or third-party host infrastructure. And we have the client plugin to actually, visualize them in the infrastructure client.
So if we're looking at this component, the multi-hypervisor extension, it's a component that addresses the API from a third-party hypervisor and learns how many virtual machines are hosted, but also is able to steer power operations and that sort of things. Are you going to broaden the amount of metrics, for instance, that can be gathered from these external systems?
We have great ideas. I don't know how much of it we can implement, but pretty much yes, we will try to do that.
Okay.
So what MHM server is doing is actually translating the language of third-party hypervisors to vCenter server so it can understand it and then manage it from the same user interface. So I can show you some screens from the product, how it actually looks. It's the user interface you're familiar with. When you add the third-party hosts, you can create virtual machines, you can manage them, see their configuration.
Is there a question, are you really sure before you create a virtual machine on a third-party hypervisor, or is there a warning?
Well, I mean...
just a joke.
Yeah, of course, yeah. We just talk to the third-party hypervisor, or take him to create the VM for us. So. Okay, so this is the installer.
Right.
It comes as a Windows installer. You just put in the credentials and IP address of your virtual center server, and it works for you. It separates service, which is the multi-hypervisor manager server, like the vCenter service. And when you deploy the UI extension, it will appear as a new icon in your vSphere client. So when you click on this icon, you'll see this multi-hypervisor manager user interface from where you can add your third-party host. You put in the host.
So this IP address is the host, is the IP address of a Hyper-V host?
That's right. It can be IP address or URL or whatever you want to refer it to. You put the credentials for the host, and it automatically discovers for you any existing virtual machines which are there. And integrates them into the...
They are automatically discovered during adding the host to the plugin.
That's right. That's right. And that's it. I mean, when you add the host, you see your host here, you see your VMs here, and you can create new VMs if you like. You can change their configuration, power them on, off.
All the other things that are already present in vCenter, like alarms and performance graphs, are they already enabled on these objects?
Some of them are, for example, here we have the tasks and events. We have the events about all the operations that you do. You can configure alarms based on these events. You have the tasks, vCenter tasks for each operation that you execute. So pretty much it's integrated within vCenter infrastructure.
So what's next? Are you able to take over the console of a virtual machine hosted on Hyper-V?
I mean, yes, we can take it.
The console of the virtual machine, so I can perform tasks on it. Is it done through RDP or?
It's based on WinRM architecture, so we're using the host API, the host public API to connect to it.
Okay.
And we perform the basic tasks like seen here. You can add VMs, remove VMs, reconfigure them, rename them.
Well, Antun, I think this product has great potential. It looks awesome. Many thanks for the interview.
Thank you very much.